Hello students, welcome to the forced vibration lecture series, and this is the third in the series. In this lecture we'll be discussing about the force and motion transmissibility and vibration isolation. Now what is vibration transmissibility? Let us say there is a system having mass m, and of course it will have stiffness and damping, and say mounted on the foundation. Now if there is periodic force F naught sin omega t experienced by this system, then some amount of force out of this will be transmitted to this foundation through these elements K and C, right? So whatever F naught is there, out of that, or some out of this force, some amount of force will be transmitted to this foundation, and whatever the amount of force that is transmitted to the system, if you compare that with the impressed force or actual force of the system, that is called as the transmissibility ratio and denoted by TR. So what is the meaning of this transmissibility ratio? It is nothing but the ratio of force transmitted to the foundation, which is Ft here, transmitted from this source. What is that force? F naught. So impressed force or the source is F naught, and out of this some amount of force is transmitted to foundation. If you take the ratio of this to this, it is called as force transmissibility. And if you want to understand in a better way, F naught is nothing but the input and Ft is nothing but the output. So input is F naught and output here it is Ft. So output by input is nothing but the force transmissibility. So in words it can be defined as force transmissibility is defined as the ratio of the force transmitted to the foundation to the force impressed upon the system. F naught is the force impressed upon the system, and Ft is the force transmitted to the foundation. Okay. And when we talk of vibration transmissibility, we have another concept called as motion transmissibility. Now we are discussing about force transmissibility. So this is the equation for the force transmissibility. But actually, what will be the ratio? So now here in a single degree of freedom system where it is subjected to external periodic force, these are the different forces: the spring force Kx, damping force Cx dot, inertia force Mx double dot, and this is the displacement given x to the system. Now under the action of all these forces, if you plot vectorially all the forces, now here from here to here, as you can see, this is the displacement vector x, and this is force F naught, this one, and this one, this vector is the spring force. This is spring force, and this is the inertia force, and this is the damping force, this is the spring force, and this is the inertia force. And the displacement vector, I mean here the amplitude of vibration x lags the force by an angle phi, and the angle with respect to reference of F naught is omega t, and this angle, that means angle of x with respect to reference axis, is omega t minus phi. And if you take or represent the impressed force F naught and the transmitted force Ft vectorially, it looks like this. So this is the spring force as usual, and this is the transmitted force vector. This is the damping force, and the transmitted force lags the impressed force by an angle phi minus alpha. Phi minus alpha. So that means whatever this force F naught is there, that will not be immediately transmitted to the foundation. It takes some time, means after this angle phi minus alpha, it is transmitted to the foundation. Right? It takes some time. That is why there is lag, phase angle lag between F naught and Ft. What is that magnitude? We'll see. Okay. So the force transmitted, Ft equation can be written for this right angle triangle. Ft equal to under root square of this plus square of this. Right? So that is what is written here. So Ft equal to under root kx square plus c omega x whole square. If you take x outside, you will get k square plus c omega square. Now x already we know. X is nothing but F naught divided by k divided by under root this into k square plus c omega square. So F naught by k as it is. Now in this term, if k is taken as outside, what it remains inside? Under the root 1 plus c omega by k whole square. So already we know c omega by k equal to 2 zeta into omega by omega n. So that is substitute here, because here k and k they cancel. What remains here is F naught into under root 1 plus 2 zeta omega by omega n whole square. And the transmissibility ratio TR is Ft divided by F naught. Okay. So finally this is the transmissibility ratio TR. So Ft is here, and if naught is here, if you take this here, it becomes Ft by F naught equal to this divided by this. So Ft by F naught is nothing but TR, transmissibility ratio. So simple equation, under root 1 plus 2 zeta omega by omega n whole square divided by under root 1 minus omega by omega n square whole square plus 2 zeta omega by omega n whole square. And the angle of lag of this transmitted force with respect to this impressed force or input force F naught. So here again in this right angle triangle, tan alpha can be written as c omega x by kx. C omega by k, already we know c omega by k is nothing but 2 zeta into omega by omega n. So hence alpha equal to tan inverse of 2 zeta omega by omega n. But alpha from the previous discussion we know this is nothing but, phi is this value, tan inverse of 2 zeta omega by omega n divided by 1 minus omega by omega n whole square minus alpha is this. Right. So that is the phase angle. Now motion transmissibility. So earlier just now we have discussed about the force transmissibility, how the force is transmitted through the system from the impressed force to the foundation. Now motion transmissibility means here also the system is displaced and it vibrates, and because of that the motion is transmitted to the foundation. Or other way, the foundation itself may gets disturbed and the motion will be transmitted to the system from here to here, or it may be from the system to the foundation motion. Now we'll be discussing about, say some disturbance is there in the foundation and the foundation moves, that is displaces, and that is transmitted in the form of motion to the system. Now let y be the base excitation, means foundation excitation, and let it be represented by capital Y sin omega t. Let this y be represented by y sin omega t. Means assume that it is harmonic. Now using the same principle, we write the motion transmissibility Tr as x divided by y. Okay, so this is the output and this is the input. So input y is here and this is the output, because of which the system vibrates. Now forced vibrations due to the base excitation. This is the base excitation, which is x divided by y, and this equation is similar to that of the previous one. No change will be there. This one, 1 plus 2 zeta omega by omega square, this one, it will be same whether it is the motion transmissibility or force transmissibility. The equation is same, and also the angle of lag is also same. So that is why here in this, both force transmissibility and displacement transmissibility both are shown along the y-axis, and here the x-axis is omega by omega n, and for different values of zeta, what is the status of the system. So this is interesting. At omega by omega n equal to 1 or slightly less than that or more than that, and for different values of zeta, what happens to these two ratios. You can see at value omega by omega n nearly equal to 1, the values, both the values are very, very high, maximum. So conclusion is that our machinery should not be allowed to operate in this region. So omega by omega n must be very, very apart. Okay, they should not be close to each other. And this is the phase angle phi minus alpha. Now vibration isolation. As we have discussed in the force transmissibility and motion transmissibility, because of the periodic force, whether it is because of the rotating unbalance or reciprocating unbalance, the force or the motion is transmitted to the foundation, or sometimes from the foundation itself to the system. Sometimes if this system is very, very precise or very sensitive, such as a measuring instrument, very sensitive measuring instrument, in that case, if any force or motion is transmitted from this to this, the working of this will not be accurate. Hence we have to isolate this system from any forces or vibrations or motions coming from the foundation. That is called as vibration isolation. Isolation means separating out what the forces and motions and arresting them such that they will not enter this system and disturb it. So vibration isolation is a process of isolating the machine or vibrating body from its foundation in order to avoid the transmission of vibrations. Means it is both force and motion. The objectives of vibration isolation are to protect delicate machine from excessive vibrations transmitted to it from the supporting structure. So this is the supporting structure. If by any means from other sources, if there are disturbing forces, they will disturb this system. So by using isolators, you can protect this or avoid this transmission. To avoid the transmission of vibrations from machine to the foundation, from this to the foundation. So this can be done by using different materials. The commonly used materials are the rubber, the felt, the cork, and the metallic springs. So based on this situation, different isolators made of different materials will be utilized. So isolators, where they are kept here in this. So all these materials, they will be having some stiffness and also damping. So this is K and this is C. So all these rubber, felt, cork and metallic springs will be having the stiffness K and C. So they will be put in between this. That is This is the system and this is the foundation, and in between the layer of this rubber or felt will be put so that this material will isolate the foundation and the system and thereby prevent the transmission of the forces and motion from either the system to the foundation or from the foundation to the system. So that is the vibration isolation. So that is the end of part 3, students. In the fourth lecture we will take up some problems on the force vibrations and try to understand in a better way the concept of force vibrations. Thank you so much for your attention.